Hello everyone and welcome back. On the previous video we have learned how to find a match. Now it's time to set up the signaling user Firebase. So as you can see inside my user ID database, I'll have a data type that is holding a JSON object. So we should be able to create a way to add these signals to the target and also observe our incoming data that if someone is updating for us. So let's go back to our Firebase clients and create a function named observe incoming signals. So we will have a callback of type signal data model that I'll create in a second. It will return a unit. Let's go inside the util package. And all we have is a signal data model type, which is offer, an answer, and ICE. Of course, these three are for WebRTC protocols. And then the chat. This one will have the chat string. So we simply have a type and a data. And the data is, of course, a JSON object. Now let's go back to our Firebase client again. We simply want to use database and child of users and child of our node profile per get user ID, and of course the Firebase field name, but data this time. So we will add a value event listener and use anonymous class to use my value event listener class and override on data change. So right now we have this snapshot. Simply want to use run catching and use JSON and convert it from string to JSON object. Give the snapshot object to it. Get value and to string. And the blueprint or data model is going to be signal data model class.java. And if it's success, we want to check if it's not null. Use the callback and pass it to it. And if it's failure, simply want to log the message. And of course, we should be able to use it inside my view model down here. Let's remove this one. Of course, we should be able to observe incoming signals. We will decide to what happens to this incoming signal later. Now let's go back to our Firebase clients and add a function to update the target data model. It's going to be a suspend function and I will name it update participant data model, which we will get the participant ID and a data of signal data model. Use the database child Firebase field names, users, and child of participants. Of course, the child of Firebase field names data. And we simply set the value of it to JSON, pass data, and press wait to make this wait for the result. Okay, now that we know how to send signal to the participant, it's time to go to main view model and observe the user status here. We want to create a variable named match state. So it will hold the status of the matching system. It's going to be a mutable state flow of type match state. And its initial value is going to be mutable state flow match state.new state. So inside the observe user status, first thing to do is to set the status value to the received status. And then decide using when status and add remaining branches. We only wanna handle received match, offered match, and looking for match. So let's remove these three and add an else block. We don't wanna do anything. So on this case, let's handle incoming match case, pass status to it. Same goes for handle send offer, pass status, of course. Handle incoming match case, pass a status to it. Let's create these three functions, and this fault should be handled looking for match, of course. Create this one as well. So the only thing that we can do here right now, before setting up the WebRTC library and the classes that it needs, you only can go inside the handle looking for match. We should be able to use viewModel scope and launch, and use Firebase clients and find next match. But later we should be able to reset chat list and destroy the connection. So that's pretty much it for this part, for signaling parts. Now let's move and implement the WebRTC library to our application and set up the local stream and other stuff. So till the next video, see you everyone.